Hi, my rays of light, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm doing a different type of video. It is the spirit of Thanksgiving. It is the season of giving, and so I want to sit down and talk about myself and how grateful I am, and kind of give you a message of gratefulness, because without you out there that are looking at my videos every day, or looking at my content, booking readings with me, I would not be where I am right now. A lot of you that have been following my journey over the last couple of years have seen the things that I've gone through. Everything from my mom having a major stroke, and then 2 weeks later the Hurricane Harvey destroying our mobile home, and being homeless in a shelter, and then kind of overcoming the odds, and just the ups and downs of my life. I feel like I've been very transparent with who I am over the last couple of years, since I started YouTube. I think I started my YouTube channel back in early 2016. I believe it was in the winter months when I first began my channel, and since then I have been so grateful coming to you with content. Usually I would sit behind the camera. I was never the type of person to get in front of the camera, and so I'm just so grateful that over time I've been able now to be in front of the camera with you, and just be a lot more comfortable with myself. I feel like I had a lot of self-confidence issues when it came to doing videos in front of the camera. It wasn't because it was so time-consuming, but rather I just didn't feel like it was a moment to be in front of the camera. And I think we all have those moments, but this whole decade, can you believe it, guys? I mean, if you haven't thought about it, we're entering a new decade. That's 10 years. That's 2020 when it enters. It's a new cycle for so many of us. When I think back to 2010, what I was doing, I was a business analyst for Sprint, and I was working in a major call center. And then I think about 2011, and I was still there. 2012, we got the news that the call center I was working in was going to be closed, and so I was job searching, and I didn't find anything for about 4 months. In 2013, I found it, and I stayed at that job for almost a year, doing scheduling for a major facility, manufacturing facility, and I really enjoyed it, but I did feel like it wasn't for me. It wasn't my true calling, and I did get sick around that time and have my near-death experience in February of 2014. And from there, I began my spiritual journey, and it's been one heck of a ride, these last couple of years. I don't have any regrets. I can sit here behind the camera and really express that I don't have any regrets at all. I am very grateful for all the experiences, for the people that have come and gone in my life, because there have been many people that I considered friends, or we've had some mutual, friendships, and they have just dissolved. And that's one of the things that, I am learning as a person when I, as I grow, and as I just continue on my journey. And a lot of you, I think, can actually relate to this, is that we're going to have a lot of people that come and go from our life, but sometimes that is part of nature. It's part of your spiritual journey. Everybody's journey is different. We grow, we mature, and sometimes it's very hard. It's very hard to lose someone that you care about. It's hard for them to walk out of your life, but you have to stay strong. We did not come to this physical world, with people destined to be in our life forever. Even our own loved ones are not in our life forever. Either they, they pass away, or they move on. There's distance created for whatever reason. But I'm the type of person that I've always been very grateful for all of my blessings. For anyone that has been following me, since I started this channel, since I started doing readings for people many years ago. I say many years ago, it's been almost like six years or so, but since I've been here publicly in front of my YouTube channel and doing all of this. I want to just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, I never take any of my rays of light for granted. I really am so blessed to be doing this and to continue to evolve as a person. You know, there's so many other goals that I have, things that I'm working on, projects that I can't talk about, but it's just an amazing journey, you know, to be a YouTuber. And like, I think a lot of people, you know, even I have, you know, said to myself, well, what about with TV and radio, etc. The one thing that I feel like a lot of you need to realize is that YouTube is the new Hollywood. Like, YouTube is taking over. It's taking by storm. So if you are a YouTube celebrity, a public figure, you know, someone that is a blogger, a vlogger, or has a channel and it has, you know, potentially over 1,000 followers, you can consider yourself being famous in some ways. But it's not about the fame at the end of the day, and that's the message that I want to share with all of you. It's about really listening to you guys, because I do listen to you guys. I think a lot of you out there may think that, you know, you want to read in on a celebrity, but I haven't done it yet. There's probably a reason. I have to feel a connection when I do that reading. And I don't, you know, ignore anybody's request. And for those of you that are going through troubles, for some reason can't find me on, or can't, you know, see my lives, or you can't comment, I don't know. There is a glitch going on. I've had multiple people report that to me. You know, I'm not in the business of blocking people unless, you know, there are trolls or being negative, and a lot of you that have come to me are not that. So again, I'm going to be looking into that and hopefully getting that resolved. You know, as I move forward into 2020, I have so many things planned for the channel, new content that I want to do, and opening the doors of my life to you a little bit more than I have in the past, but still keeping some of myself private, because I am ultimately a private person, even though I am very much in the public eye with the videos that I do and everything that I do. A lot of people don't understand my intent behind it. I think a lot of people feel like I'm very unethical for doing readings on celebrities. A lot of people don't like the fact that I am one of those psychics out there that says the things that people don't necessarily want to hear, but that they need to hear, because there's a lot of, you know, mass followings and just, you know, people obscuring the truth, the facts, etc. So, you know, all of my readings, I hope that you take out of my channel and out of, you know, your journey with me, if you give me the chance, you know, because a lot of you that will be listening to this may even be new subscribers, or potentially a subscriber that has just stumbled across this video. I want to be very transparent on my channel. That's something that I always strive to achieve. Even if you don't get to see me behind some of the readings that I do, I am a very transparent person, very authentic as they come. I'm not, you know, someone that does these videos to hurt celebrities or to cause any kind of chaos in other people or disrespect them in any way. The readings that I do is for a purpose, and it's to let people know, ordinary people who are not in the celebrity world, know that celebrities are just like us, or everyday people. They may have more money than us, they may work, you know, harder and longer hours than us, and they may do a lot more traveling than we do, and they may wear designer labels, but at the end of the day, they are just like us. They bleed just like us. They are just the same as us, and I hope that you enjoy it. A lot of people I've had read comments on my channel, they just don't like hearing anything about celebrities. They feel like, you know, why do we need to know so much about their life? I truly believe that celebrities do have a very important public mission that is carried before our eyes, and if it wasn't true, why do so many of us have fans as singers, you know, as musicians? All of you out there tuning in have either loved a song by a certain artist, or have you know, you're a fan, or you follow them and their journey. And so sometimes it helps us to understand why they are going through these scandals or things that are coming up. I think another thing that I want to clear up about this, about my channel and about what I do, is so that people can understand the concept behind it, is a lot that I do here on my channel. Celebrities could be listening to this. I'm sure that, you know, if they have Google alerts, you know, it's like a Google alert. You can put your name on Google and be alerted anytime there's a new video or a hashtag, you know, to a video. I'm sure that celebrities are looking at, you know, and producers are looking at my videos and etc. I give freely, as much as I charge for private readings, because I read everyday people, and I have a lot of clients all over the world. I also do these psychic readings for celebrities to give back to the world. It's a way of giving back. A lot of people are asking, well, why don't you do, you know, public videos of someone that is a regular person, not a celebrity, and put it on the video? You know, a lot of people are very much different. Celebrities already live their life very publicly. There are so much out there on the net already. You know, there's so much that they already, you know, when they know what they're getting into. It's no different than a paparazzi commentating, because a lot of this is just my psychic insights. But you know, a lot of people can say that it's my own opinions, my own comments, and yeah, it is. It's my psychic insight. But at the end of the day, it's for entertainment purposes only, and that's something legal that we have to disclose and say. But I consider it spiritual insight, and I consider it to be my truth of what I see and what I see from Spirit's level. Now, am I always going to be right on my channel? No, I'm not going to always be right. And there's no psychic medium, like I've said before in many other videos, that a psychic medium is right. And I know that this video is probably going and jumping into different things, but there's just so much that I've been wanting to clear up, you know, rather than doing it on a live. Sometimes I get into the interactions with, you know, with people, with you, my rays of light, and reading your comments, etc. So I wanted to have a clear thought and focus on expressing myself wholeheartedly. So a lot of you that understand or that are newly tuning into my channel can understand. I know for some of you this may be considered just rambling, but this is wisdom that I have acquired from, you know, what I do, and from just dealing with people all the time. Now, going back to what I was saying, a lot of people out there are asking, well, why don't you read me for free, etc., like you read celebrities and do a video, you know, on there. Well, one, a lot of people, when I do private readings for them, they don't want that, you know, necessarily to be, because just like the celebrity videos, guys, I don't tell you every single thing that I know and see. It is filtered, okay? So the celebrities that are tuning in will know that. They will know that I do have my own boundaries, etc., when I do readings on people. But I do readings for you for free, for everyday people. This is why I come on my lives, and I have my lives, you know, usually every week here on my YouTube channel, and I dedicate at least an hour and a half to 2 hours giving back to people. And sometimes I do it on my Instagram channel as well, so that I can give back to a lot of people that are, you know, wanting a free reading, but for some other reason, you know, maybe they're going through some financial struggles and they cannot afford a reading. And I do run specials, so a lot of you that are tuning in and have not yet subscribed to my website, you need to go to my website, which is www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And then just subscribe. You'll see a pop-up and you can subscribe there, and you will be notified by email anytime I publish a new video, or I have, you know, let me repeat that. You'll be notified anytime I publish like a newsletter, or I'm running a sale on my readings, or, excuse me, or there's new jewelry out. You will know that. So if you have not yet subscribed to my website, you do need to do that. I really highly suggest that. If you are not subscribed to my channel and you have not hit the notification bell icon, as well as that red button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, you will not know when I'm going live or when I have published a new video. And some of you may not have your notifications on your YouTube. If you go to your phone and you go to YouTube and notifications, if your notifications are off on your phone setting, you're not going to be notified of a new video if I am publishing a new video. So, you know, there's just so much that I haven't really talked about. I've kind of beat around the bush when it comes to my channel, and why I do what I do, and why I spend time, you know, doing these spiritual development videos, and why I'm branching off and doing cooking videos and doing fashion commentary. These are all aspects of myself, comprised of what I love to do, my personality. A lot of you don't know, but before I, you know, was doing all of this, I was a fashion illustrator and designer. I loved doing women's clothing and fashion, and I have portfolios, and I may do a video of some of the sketches that I actually have done so that you can see that. I think that would be really cool, you know, get behind the camera and show you that, because a lot of you don't know, you never have seen my work. I've always desired, and I do feel like at some point in my career I do feel like I could be a great stylist for someone, or even going into fashion designing for a designer or a designer house, you know. And that's something that I always wanted to do, and I do all of my sketches by hand, using pencil. That is my medium, and I really enjoy it. Another aspect is cooking. For me, it's a spiritual experience. Understanding now that I've gone through a journey this year, you know, with my own medical health issues, being a type 2 diabetic and being now pre-diabetic, I have been able to reverse that. I've also had a lot of people coming to me asking me about the medical medium and what are my thoughts on him. You know, I think he's fabulous. I really do think that he is a great person. I have nothing negative to say. Now, when it comes to celery juicing, etc., I don't feel that that is the potential cure for everything, okay? Now, it may work for some people, but it may not work for other body types. And there's people that may not be able, that are on like blood thinners like Coumadin and other things, that may not be able to handle anything that is green or leafy. So again, there's going to be people that's not the cure for everything, and I feel like it's become more of a fad, almost like veganism has been, or being vegan or a vegetarian. It has, you know, been a trend or a fad that has taken the world by storm, and I've had many people on my channel and other public forums that are vegetarians or vegans come for me and really be just totally nasty to me because I eat meat, but I also eat a lot of vegetables as well. And I don't feel like, you know, you're any better than anyone else just because you eat vegetables and that's your primary diet. In fact, I've had many people who are vegans, who are friends of mine, that have come to me and told me that they had to change their eating patterns from being just straight vegan because they would get sick from just eating that over a long period of time. They needed essential vitamins like iron and things that they were not getting from meat. I'm sorry, from vegetables primarily. So I love vegetarians. I respect you. I believe that we all have our own free will. I always pray over my food. I always try to take the highest good of all concern, you know, the highest energy of the meat, even though it has been, you know, killed. Obviously, it is meat that, you know, it was once an animal that was alive and was killed. I always pray over that and only want to take the good energy from that, not anything bad. But I never disrespect other people or, you know, talk crap about vegans, etc. So I know that a lot of people that have been looking at my cooking videos and that are vegans may be offended, and I'm so sorry for that if you feel like that. But please don't try to push, you know, your thoughts onto me or onto my followers, etc. I do not go to anyone else's channel, etc. And I don't mind being told about health tips, etc. But you have to understand also that, like, a lot of people sometimes promote other people on my channel, you know, such as the medical medium, and, you know, I think that's fine, but I know what is behind the heart and intent behind all of that, and I know that some of that is to promote that person. Maybe they believe in that person, you know, or they believe in what they are teaching, and that is fine, but don't try to push that onto me or to anyone else, you know, in your life. There's some people that may not believe in it. Like, if I don't respond back to an email or something that you've sent to me, it's probably because I don't share that type of a viewpoint, the same viewpoint as you do, and rather than causing a commotion, because I've had people email me about the medical medium and celery juicing or health tips that I do not believe in, you know, I am not going to respond back, because then the ultimate outcome is that you may not want to hear, because I have no filter and I don't sugarcoat. I always say that I should have been born in the East Coast rather than Texas, because I have that East Coast mentality where very much like a New Yorker would, you know, I tell it straight like it is. I don't have any problems, you know, expressing myself, and maybe that's just the Gemini in me, but when it comes down to it, you know, I'm going to keep it very straightforward rapport with anyone that is a friend or anyone that is a ray of light, etc. So don't feel offended if I did not respond to you. I also have had a lot of people trying to call me out on social media. Basically, if I don't respond to a comment on my, or to a DM, because I get hundreds of DMs every day, you just do not know. My life is not, it's far from boring. It's always a different thing. But if I don't comment back to you, I've had like some people, well, I never got a response from you, and they try to call me out on, publicly on my post on Instagram, and like, I sent you a DM, can you not see it? And I feel like that is a part that of you, of some people out there that may be a little impatient and need to learn the value of patience. I'm not a robot. I'm a one-man show. I don't have assistance. I don't have someone, a partner that is doing things for me. I'm doing it by myself, and I try my best to get a turnaround. A lot of people have a sense of, what's that, I guess the millennials out there, there's a sense of entitlement that, they feel like they deserve to have, things like done ASAP, and when you snap your finger, I jump. And I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, that's not how I was raised. I was raised to have respect for people and to treat them as humans and be more understanding. I try to understand people and their motives, and I understand that there are sometimes that there are emergencies. And if you need an emergency reading, I do offer emergency readings, and they are done within 24 to 72 hours from the time that you book it. But a lot of people are not aware of, of that I offer that, or a lot of people think that I'm just a machine, and that if I didn't respond back to you, I'm just eating bonbons, watching Sabrina on Netflix or any other, thing, and I'm just like having the best life in Turin, Santorini, Greece, and Italy, and all that. And I am really behind, like, if I had a filming crew actually documenting my day-to-day functions, they would see how much I actually work behind a computer, how much I do behind the camera here. A lot of these videos that you see have been filmed, pre-filmed, and that is the mentality that I've tried to achieve as a YouTuber, always having some content that is already put out, and recorded before a holiday or etc. So, I wanted to spend some time here on the camera. I know that a lot of you may be bored by now. Hopefully you're not, so that you can get a better understanding of who Ray is. Who is Psychic Medium Ray? Who is Raymond Guzman as a person? This is me. I'm also very funny, very down to earth. I am not someone that's one-dimensional, and I feel like this is why I, make jokes sometimes on my lives, etc. I think there's also a lot of people that, they listen to one psychic out there that may have like a lot of followings, and they put out these great quality content videos. My video setup is very basic. It's just me behind a camera talking to you. Maybe someday I will have, a filming crew. Maybe someday I will have that, the fancy microphones and the things like that to be in front of the camera. But I believe in being very basic and keeping it simple. I'm not about the limelight of, putting on a show for you. What you see is what you get. Who I am here on camera is who I am off camera. I'm not, there's no in between with me. And so that's what I want you to take away from this. But I want you to also understand how grateful and how blessed I feel to be doing this. I'm going to cut it off and do another video because my camera is about to go off. For some reason I have a camera, it's a Canon G7X, and so it cuts off for some reason after about 25 minutes of getting heated or, being on, it cuts off. And so this is what, what I was saying is I just want you to know how grateful. I never take anything or any one of you for granted. I feel so blessed again, and I am looking forward to doing more content for 2020. I'm looking for me being able to have more visibility in YouTube. As I've said before, there's a lot of algorithm changes, etc. So a lot of you out there may not be coming across my videos, etc. because of this. So this is why it's so important to be subscribed. And if you're not, check my my YouTube stories, because if I do post a video on here, I'm going to also post it as well on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, on my Instagram stories. And all you have to do is swipe up and it'll bring you here to my video. So I know a lot of you that do follow me, and a lot of you don't have Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, what are you waiting for? Get to it. Everybody in the social media world is using Instagram. It's one of the greatest platforms. It has been very helpful. I feel as a platform for me to get people to see my videos, see my content, etc. You know, it's not easy. This world is not easy. I know a lot of you out there are going through loss right now. I know a lot of you have lost a loved one, and the holidays never get easy. Trust me, it never gets easy. And a lot of you are going through financial hardships. A lot of you are going through terminal illness. A lot of you are having family members that are going through terminal illness. A lot of you are going through breakups and heartbreaks, etc. The one message that I can give to you this holiday is to be grateful that you're alive. That is the biggest blessing that you can ever have in this world, is to wake up and breathe a fresh, breath of air, and just be able to walk and talk. If you are in all your 5 senses, you are blessed. And if you are disabled and you're blind or you're handicapped or you have some limbs missing, but you are still alive and still able to share and spread love with the other people that are around you, you are blessed. And that's the one thing that I want you to understand. If you have had people in your life turn their back on you, or have ignored you, or there's been some kind of falling out, make amends. If you've been distant from your parents or your siblings, etc., make amends with them. Try your best to forgive or forgive and move on. A lot of us cannot forget the things that we've been through, and we wear those emotional scars, but at the end of the day, it is all about moving on from that and not being a victim. I think we fall into that victim mentality, that, oh, I'm a victim, woe is me, and at the end of the day, that causes ego to step forward. And when ego steps forward, we tend to really lose the purpose of living here in the physical world as a person. And so that's what I hope that you take out of this, is that, and this whole message that that I'm rambling about now. As you can see when you see this video, there's no editing. I don't believe in editing. What you see is what you get, like I said. And a lot of this may be repetitive and it may sound redundant, but I hope it is ingrained in your brain or your heart and your soul that you should be grateful and try to make amends with people, because the one thing that we don't want to do is to leave this physical world with regrets. A lot of people that pass on to the other side live with regrets. They never got to tell someone how much they loved them. They never got to tell someone how much they cared. They never got to see them that one last time and make up for a fight or an argument that they had, and it's so hard. I cannot tell you how much the grieving process is hard. And I'm about tearing up because I work with people every day, with families, doing readings, and I see the guilt that some people carry in the grieving process, and it's not easy. It's the hardest thing to know that you've lost the person and you can never talk to them face to face and tell them what you want. Yes, you can talk out loud and they can hear you, but it's not the same, and so a lot of people use me as a medium so that I can deliver messages to their loved ones that have passed on, or for me to deliver messages from their loved ones to them. And so I'm just a conduit. I'm just a messenger, and I feel so blessed, like I said, to do that. But this Black Friday, as you go out there, please be careful. Please know that there's a lot of crazy and there's a lot of evil in this world. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive this Thanksgiving. I know a lot of you may be, having people that drink wine, etc. But if you feel like you are not capable of driving, take an Uber. Call an Uber, call a Lyft driver, call a taxi cab. get someone to help you or to give you a ride. Do not get behind that wheel. Do not turn on your vehicle, and do not drive off thinking that you can just wing it, because a lot of people can die that way. There can be accidents that's going on. So please stay safe, my rays of light. I love you so much. I will end this with repeating and again just reminding you that at midnight on Thursday the 28th, I am having a huge sale going through Cyber Monday, December 2nd. Everything in my shop is going to be 50% off using promo code Santa Claus. Santa Claus needs to be capitalized, all uppercase letters, no lowercase. It's all one word, and you can enter that upon checkout for 50% off of anything in my reading. This is cards, my oracle cards. This is my book that I've written. This is anything that's jewelry in my shop. This is anything that is a psychic reading or a mediumship reading, a past life reading. The only thing that I will not have in my shop starting tomorrow night will be emergency readings. Those will not be available on my site, because if people were to book those, there's no way I could do 50 of them within a 72-hour period. So I just want you to know, what to expect. I also want to say that if you do book a reading with me during this time, that the turnaround time is going to be between 5 to 8 weeks, or it could be sooner. I don't want you to feel like maybe it's not going to be sooner. Please be patient with me. I will work as fast as I can on the orders. And also, if you buy anything that's a physical item, expect it to be shipped out within a week and a half, possibly 2 weeks. I know that a lot of you are used to within 3 to 5 business days it being shipped out, but I don't feel like that's going to be the case this time around, because again, I feel like there's going to be a huge turnout, and the first 100 orders will get 50% off. I will be watching this completely, so have your alarms set, get ready for this sale. If you've ever wanted to book a reading with me, this is the perfect time for you to do it. I'm going to be watching the numbers very quickly, and if anything happens where the 100 orders are fulfilled, I will go ahead and allow another 100 orders. And so this is why I feel like I will be booked up until January, possibly the end of the February, possibly, with the readings. But you will get your reading, and I guarantee you it's going to be worth it. My readings are not generic, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. This is just facts when I do give readings. I know some people may not think that, that have received a reading in the past, etc. But I do feel like I don't give any generalities. It is very specific, etc. So I hope you take a chance. If you've had a bad experience with another psychic medium or another psychic reading, I'm so sorry that you've done that, or you've had that experience. But don't judge everyone. We're not all the same, and not everyone is out to just take your money and hurt you. If you do purchase a reading, I do need you to email me your photograph and your 5 questions, depending on what type of reading you get, to Raymond Guzman at hotmail.com. That's RaymondGuzman at hotmail, HOTMAIL.com. Again, Raymond Guzman at hotmail.com. And I will respond back to you, letting you know, I got your email. If you don't get any kind of email from me, email me or send me a DM. If you didn't get any kind of email back from me, send me a DM, and please be patient. In your DMs, be sure that you specify exactly, what what was the name on the order, etc. So again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a very, very different type of video. It's kind of combination of happiness and some melancholy and some sadness, because there is a lot of things that I discuss that I feel like a lot of people don't know about me, or they have their own perceptions of me. But at the end of the day, I'm just being myself. I'm not worried about I'm not in competition with other psychic mediums or spiritualists. Whatever they're doing, I'm very happy that they are my colleagues and they're, achieving their level of success. But I'm focusing on me, and I'm focusing on myself and what I can bring to you, my followers, to those that are actually tuned in and listening to my channel. I love you so much, beyond words. You'll probably never ever really fully realize how much I love you, but I do. And I send healing and blessings to all of you out there this Thanksgiving. So thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. Bye.